to my channel, my virtual friends. I'm Viv, and today I'm going to do a hooded eye vintage kind of style cut crease today, and Happy New Year if you're watching this right after New Year. So I just got my foundation done, but I'll show you the process all the way from the beginning. So here we go. First, I put on the HD Studio Photogenic Primer base by NYX Professional Makeup. Then I combined two different foundations. One is from Maybelline, the 24-hour foundation, and then the foundation by TooFaced, Born This Way. So these colors, one is too dark for me, one is too light, so I decided to combine the two different colors. That way I can get right into the middle, and it turns out that works pretty well. Having these two combined, it gives me a full coverage finish. And then right after, I used the Tarte concealer. I only put it in the corner right here and on the side instead of doing a triangle, and usually I don't like to bake, so this is the best solution for me, especially since I have these Asian eyes that point downwards and I want it to go farther up. I don't want my face to drag down, especially since my face is a little bit on the rounder side, so I put it in the inner corner and towards the outside pointing up. And I got this tip from TikTok, so that helped a lot. And then I set my face with the Maybelline Fit Me loose finishing powder in color light medium. And like I said, I don't like to bake, but this works a lot if I just use a small kind of blush brush, and then I just sweep over the areas that should be baked, but I also want to make sure my concealer and foundation doesn't move. I like to use the e.l.f. bronzer. I don't really like to contour that much, but I do that within the section of my cheekbones and around my forehead, and I like to use a smaller crease blending brush to go on the side of my nose bridge and also in under the tip of my nose. That way I have a little bit of a snatched look. Now, I don't like to fill in my brows too much. I also don't want them to be too perfect, but I'm using the Revolution makeup in the color dark brown with the brow pencil. Usually I would want to have a straight brow kind of look, like, you know, Korean beauty inspired, but then that's not working with how angled my brows are. Fill in with the little spoolie. Like I said, I don't want it too perfect, but that looks good to me, and I don't have a lot of hair on my brows, so I make sure there's a little bit of shade in the front. A line right above where the brow hairs are starting to grow, and imperfections perfect for me. Alright, and then I'm using the Dream Straight Kathleen Lights from ColourPop, little brush I have with this kind of shape. I'm going to use the color Shooting Star, and I go over my whole eyelid. So you know where it sucks into the middle right there? I like to go above it, a little bit closer to my brows, because since I'm going to do a cut crease, I have to go a little bit higher than where my crease is, and so I'm just going to sweep it back and forth, and wing it out. Then I'm going to go into Potion with just the little corner of the brush. I always like to just use one brush and go where that little suction is, mix the two, and then go a little bit higher up, just like that. And then I'm gonna do the same technique, going into Elfish with the corner of my brush a little bit, and then do the same exact thing as I did with Potion. I'm gonna go back to this brush. I know it's a little bit of a bigger brush for just a cut crease. Over the pigment with my concealer brush, I just dab it right on the bottom of my lid, so I know where it's not visible on here. And then I go a little bit higher up.
to you like nobody was watching, but it's so
And there I kind of shape my eye. So since I used the round brush to shape around exactly where it's visible, where the cut of the concealer starts and where you can see it, since my eyes are uneven, I just make sure I know how far up I should put it and whether the shape looks like the other side. But since, as you can see, my eyes are so uneven, I'm just going to try to shape it as close as I can with my concealer with another layer, but with a really small brush, which is flick it out like that. I don't want this part to be too steep of a U, so I make sure it's like a really nice wave. Dab the excess concealer off a little bit. If your eyes are uneven, that's perfectly fine. I mean, whose eyes are completely even, right? I'm getting this much smaller brush, look at that. And so I'm gonna go back to Elfish right here, just on the tip of it. And then I'm gonna go right above where I carved it and flick it out on that side, and then I'm gonna try to blend it. Blend it out so it's not too harsh, but it looks like I carved it. And if you have a mess up like me, I'm just gonna blend it with the best of my ability. I'm gonna take whatever pigment left on my concealer brush to save it. Don't worry, cut creases require a lot of practice, and it's not normal to get it done like perfectly. It's not normal to get it perfectly done during your first try. As you can see, I'm also trying, but I am having you go through this process with me. So I just go over the corner just like that, and then I get a liner brush, a clean liner brush, and then flick it towards the direction of where I had that wave go up, so I flick it towards that direction. Alright, before I go any farther, going back to my palette, let's get a brush like this, the Morphe M431. I like to use this for my inner corners for when I highlight it. So I get a little brush and go over the color Money, and then go over the white space and blend it towards my inner corner, and I just drag it right underneath my lower lash line. Now with the liquid liner, I'm using the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper Black. I'm just gonna go right underneath, flick it towards the direction I want to go, since I want it dramatic. I'll thicken the triangle towards the edge, clean it up, and then since you see that the crease line, I'm just gonna go right underneath it.
We could be dancing in the stars, we could be floating away. As long as
I just tightline my last half and my inner half. And fill it in with the gel liner. Going back to Dream Street, going to Shooting Star right underneath. Alright, I'm using this really small sampler of the Tarte blush in the color Paaarty with 3 A's. I'm just going to use e.l.f.'s highlighting brush for that. And then I like to go on the outer side of my cheeks instead of the center of my cheeks. That way I have a little bit of a snatched look. Same goes on the other side, and then underneath my nose right there. All the excess right underneath my nose, not on top, underneath. And I'm using the same highlighter I use all the time because I don't have any other highlighter. I'm gonna go in that pink color with just the top tip of my highlighting brush. I like to use my brushes multiple times in one use. To that little brush I use for the color on the crease. Same color, go in the corner of my eyes and dab it on. Now the hard part, lashes. Make sure I got the ends of my lashes. I like to move it back and forth because my lashes are that stubborn. Go on the bottom. Twist it back and forth without ripping them out. And then I got the Maybelline Lash Sensation. I usually like to use a waterproof kind of formula, but I'm running out of that and this works for now. I like to go in the corner and then outside. I like to just curl and then do mascara back to back on one eye is because I don't want the lash to curl down right away. So I got the DYSILK Lashes from Amazon and it's come in a 5-pack. Cut a little bit of the edge because sometimes these ones like to itch and I like to cut a little bit of the band on this one because it's a little heavy for me. Extra on the corner because with hooded eyelids they do not want to sustain on your eyes. A lot of people that are doing makeup, they like to put the ends of the lashes right on the eyeliner. It gives a little bit of a gap, but the thing is, it does lift your eye a little bit. So it feels really uncomfortable when I put on the bottom. I don't like that my eyes just curl down, but I'll tight line that again, making sure it looks okay. That gel liner to fill in the gaps of anywhere. That way it looks a little bit more even from what I see. So I'm using the Disney Designer Liquid Lip. I don't know what color this is, but it's basically the closest color to my natural lip color. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope this was helpful for you. Comment, like, and subscribe. Comment down what kind of look you want to see next and what other tips and tricks you would like to hear for hooded eyes. And then follow me on Instagram and TikTok at subtle_Asian_chick. See you in the next video. Bye. Stay safe.